Hey everybody, and welcome to Midweek Motivation. I'm Tora Jordan, I'm your host, and today's quote for this week is, "Don't compare yourself to others. There is no comparison between the sun and the moon. They both shine when it's their time." Okay? Don't compare yourself to others. The sun and the moon, they both shine, but at different times. Okay? And that's an unknown quote. And I was actually talking to Michaela on Instagram. She did direct message me on Instagram. And she goes, "Girl, I wish I could be more like you. Just so open and bubbly and just exciting and everything like this." And I was like, "Honey, you may only see me for a short amount of time. Whether it's on, we're in a keto group together on Facebook. But you may see me in that group, or you may see me on YouTube or on Instagram or on TikTok or on Facebook in general. And you're just seeing a window." I said, "You may only see me for 20 minutes a day. There's 23 hours and 40 other minutes that you don't see me." And she goes, "Oh," and I said, "No, what you see is what you get. Don't get me wrong. But I may seem like I'm high all the, not high, but I may seem like I'm extremely bubbly, extremely personable all the time. But then there are days when I come home from work and Josh will be like, 'Hey babe, how was work?' And I'm like, 'It was peoply. It was peoply out there.' And he'd be like, 'Are you okay?' I'm like, It's just peoply." And he knows that, especially when I was in management, when I would tell him it was peoply out there, just leave me alone. Just let me decompress. Let me have a moment. Let me just. And then I would talk to him, and I may not be just like, "Hey babe," come out of the shower and just no. And we're not all like that all the time. Okay? And this really sparked a thought in my noggin here. Too many times people will see somebody either on social media or in their everyday life or just on TV and think, "I wish I could be more like that person." Or, I'm the youngest daughter. I have 3 older sisters, and there were times when I'm like, "I really wish I could be like my older sisters." They're their own kind of crazy. Love you guys, but they're their own kind of crazy. They're their own person. And I am not Dawn. I am not Crystal. I am not Becky. I am Tora. And what you see is what you get. And if I tried to be just like them, I'd be an imposter. Why? I am a one and only. Why would I want to compare myself and try to be a cheap knockoff when I am an original? I am unique. And if I try to compare an apple to an orange, yeah, they're both fruit, but they don't taste anything alike. They don't look anything alike. You don't peel them the same. Don't compare yourself to somebody else. And that is so easily said and sometimes so hard to do. One of my really good friends and I were at a ladies' conference this past weekend. And she and I were talking. And I was celebrating her victories and she was celebrating mine. I talked about her before in my ranting video. Didn't ask her if I could talk about her, so I ain't going to call out her name. But, she and I were on different journeys. We're on the same paths, so to speak. But she's had surgery and I'm on keto. We chose different hards. And if she tries to compare her weight loss to my weight loss, It's two different fights. So why would we do that? All that's going to do is upset one of our apple carts and we're both going to be miserable. Instead, we look at each other when we see each other and we hug each other and squeal like little teenage girls and jump up and down and give high fives and hugs and, everything like this. Because guess what? We're excited about what's happening in their life, but we don't compare it to our own. We celebrate the victories for the other people, but we're not sitting there going, okay, well, she said she lost 30 pounds last month. I know she had surgery, but come on, Tora, come on, you can do it. No. Okay? Two different journeys. And even if she was on keto and I was on keto and we were going at the same pace and we started on the exact same day and we were eating the exact same food every night, doing everything exactly the same, that does not mean that she and I are going to be neck and neck on our journey. No, because guess what? She is different than me and I am different than her, and we are two totally individual people. She's the sun, I'm the moon, or vice versa. Or, she's Venus and I'm Earth. We're two planets, but we're totally different. And I've said this so many times on this channel. Different is not bad. Different is just different. I have a really good friend who is an extremely introverted person. Quiet as a church mouse, as what we say around here. She's quiet as a church mouse, real demure, real soft spoken. And then I come, she and I sit together and we'll get to talking. She may not be the one that's heard across the room, but she's just as sarcastic and lovely as a person as I am. Comparing yourself is not going to do anything except make you miserable because you're different. You are uniquely made. You are the sun and I am the moon. Okay? You light up the entire day. Okay? And I light up the entire night. Does that mean that we're bad? Does that mean that you're horrible and I'm not? Does that mean that I'm horrible and you're not? No. Not at all. We're just different. And my good friend and I, the one who had surgery, she and I, yes, we are celebrating each other's victories beyond what most people can fathom, because we understand with each other that it's not a competition. I mean, in all honesty, she wears a smaller jean size than I do, and that's fine. I find it awesome because guess what that means? That means if I get down to that size, then I could probably be like, hey girl, do you need to clean out your closet? And she would probably be like, hey, come on down. Because that's the type of people we are. We're different. We have extremely similar personalities. We're both extroverts. And we both love, we both can't help being loud. But because we're loud, that means that we're each other's cheerleaders. Even though she lives 20 miles away from me, she could probably still hear me at my house cheering her on to her next doctor's appointment or whatever. And vice versa. She cheers me on to my next weigh-in. Because that's the type of people we are. We're not in a competition with each other. Our battles are with ourselves. I mean, that's kind of how I see it. I haven't really, we hadn't gotten into that kind of in-depth conversation yet. But because I don't compare myself to her, her victory is my victory and my victory is her victory. And she doesn't compare herself to me. And that makes my victory her victory and her victory my victory. We get to share because we're not comparing to each other. I hope that makes sense, Michaela. More than what I was typing out. And thank you for chiming in to me. I know you did it on Instagram. Y'all, I'm drinking a pumpkin spice iced coffee this afternoon. Needed a little pick-me-up. But anyway, thank you so much for your submission. And I hope that you understand that comparing yourself to another person is only going to tear mentally allow you to tear yourself down. And that's no fun. I've done that for 30 some odd years. And I hate tearing myself down. And I've learned to put my big girl panties on and just deal with it. And to say, you know what? The only person I gotta fight is myself. Okay? Michaela, the only person that you need to fight is yourself. The only person you need to compare yourself to is yourself. Because guess what, girl? You are one of a kind. You are an original. You are the only one named Michaela that has your hair color, your eye color, your skin complexion, your personality, your history, your story, your future. You are the one who is writing your own future. My friend who had the surgery is not writing my story. She's writing her own. And I'm writing my own, and I'm not writing hers. Okay? So, I'm going to repeat the quote again. Don't, excuse me, don't compare yourself to others. There's no comparison between the sun and the moon. They shine in their own time. Okay? Michaela, you have your time to shine. Sarah, you've got your time to shine. Kelly, you've got your own time to shine. Betsy, you got yours. All to yourself. All to yourself. April, girl, you got your own time to shine too. Tommy, you've got your time to shine. Okay? We all have our own time to shine, and we all have our own stages to shine on. Okay? You are beautiful or handsome just the way you are. The sun is gorgeous. The moon is gorgeous too. In fact, last month at the end of August, we had a super blue moon. And I was blessed enough to be up and see it on a clear night, and it was gorgeous. I almost didn't have to use my headlights to drive. It was bright. Okay? You are beautiful or handsome. And don't compare yourself to anybody else. Because you are the only one that is as beautiful as you. Or handsome as you. Okay? Even if you got to do the hair flip and you are beautiful or handsome. Just the way you are. Just the way you are. And you're not alone. I'm sitting here with both hands up. Okay, both hands up. I was the world's worst at comparing myself to others. There's 6 kids in my family. 6. I'm number 5. I had 5 other people in my family, sibling-wise, to compare myself to. And I would tear myself down. But I decided I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be Mrs. Joshua Jordan. I am going to be Tora Jordan. I am going to be the amazing Tora. Because I'm the one and only. Okay? I care for you guys. That's why we have these midweek motivations. And that's why I have my YouTube channel. Because I care for you guys. And yes, I am bubbly. And I'm an extrovert. But sometimes you just get to see the window. I'm not saying I'm not always bubbly. I'm just saying, we all have our days. But I care enough to be real with you guys. Because guess what? That's what I want people to be with me, is real. Okay? Be kind to yourself. And be kind to others. And I'm going to say that with this. When you compare yourself to others, you are cheating them of their individuality. I'll say that again. When you compare yourself to others, you cheat them from their own individuality. What do you mean? Okay. If I want to be like my sister Dawn and try to do everything just like her, not only am I cheating myself, but I'm robbing her of her individuality. Because eventually people are going to be like, no, which one are you two? Are you Dawn or are you Tora? And a lot of times I've heard this before. And Dawn, I'm telling on this. In the little gas station in the town where I live, I had somebody tell me, oh, the only reason I know you two are which one's which is you don't have the big poofy bangs like Dawn. I was like, okay. We look a lot alike, and that's fine. But if I tried to do everything just like her, I'm robbing myself of being me, and I'm robbing her of being her. So be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Okay? One last thing, guys. Love ya!